Welcome back, my fellow duplicants, to Oxygen Not Included. Today I got some more mere madness for you. So, in the last episode here, we were able to fire up and launch our steam rocket, and we're making some quick work of our research right down here. So, what I want to be able to do is actually unlock the solid cargo, which means I can go ahead and start to harvest up some of the planets from the star map up here. Very nice if we can get through that. And then inside of here is where I'm going to be building my petroleum rocket. Now, this one is not inside kind of the environment over here. It's actually all in space on this map. So I'm not going to be trying to capture the carbon dioxide that comes off of this. If you're familiar with the rest of my base, which I'm hoping by now you are, I have enough carbon dioxide. We're good. It's literally everywhere. That's a problem. We're going to have to deal with it. But nothing gets in the way of manufacturing, so today we're trying to get this bad boy fired up and launched off. So in one of my previous playthroughs, I think it was actually the super modded playthrough, I had this sort of arrangement right here where an auto sweeper can actually pick up out of a conveyor receptacle and load it directly into a solid oxidizer tank. Now, one of the things that I realized is that I had a mod that allowed that to go twice as far. Unfortunately, I can't install that because this is the vanilla side of the map and it would affect both sides, blah, blah, blah. Anyhow, the point is I could put it here, but I don't think it's actually able to reach the tank. Like everything in this game, I think you have to reach kind of the middle spot in order for it to work. So I can put it right here and put the receptacle right there. And what I'm trying to put in this receptacle is going to be coming from right down here. This is the Oxalite refinery. So it's kind of just a modded version of a modded build of a rocket silo that I built one series ago. It's all making perfect sense, isn't it? Right, Ada? She gets it. It's crystal clear. But the point of all of this is that we are going to automatically make our oxalite right here, put it into a little bit of a conveyor loader. It doesn't go very far. It only goes right up there, so everything's inside of, it's behind this insulated tile. We don't have to worry about it. It's not going to off-gas, and then this will be inside of a little bit of a puddle, which will be filled with like petroleum or something like that. Something with a little bit of temperature resistance. The one thing I am worried about is this auto sweeper. It might get a little bit warm, so I have to figure out how to keep that cool. And you know what? I think I just had the idea. What I'm doing over here is I'm taking a lot of this petroleum, and I'm shoving it inside of this rocket right here. Now, I get 900 kilograms worth of fuel in this rocket, but the capacity of the solid oxidizer, well, it's not going to tell me exactly, but let's see here. I think I can figure it out. All right, so what I'm looking at here is the Oxygen Not Included Assistant. This is great for like a rocket calculator, all that good stuff. So if I have petroleum and I have 2 fuel tanks. So if I look at this calculator here, I got the petroleum. I'm going to have 2 cargo bays, which are kind of heavy. And let's see just how far I can go if I give this thing 2 tanks. Well, that's enough to get out there and touch 50,000 kilometers into space. So if we go out here and we take a look at this, everything within 50,000 is stuff that I can actually reach with that petroleum rocket. So if we take a look at what we have looked at here, I know I have ice, don't need that. Carbon dioxide, no. Oxygen, yes, I do need that. Not really great there, If we go to this one, you can see that we have copper ore. Very useful to have an ore deposit out there. And that's 41%. Excellent. Sedimentary and igneous rock. You know what? Actually, in my base, the sedimentary is at least worth something. But I like the 41% here. I may not visit this one to do further research so that I can maintain a high percentage here. Because if you were to research more, the percentages would change and you don't bring back as much resource. The metallic asteroid, though, this is the one where it's at. Look at that. Iron. Ooh, and copper. Technically, I think I have both. I have iron from space and copper from a volcano that I haven't even used yet. So maybe not that useful. Probably worth visiting just to see what we'd get. Then you have this asteroid right there where we bring back a little bit of methane, carbon dioxide, crude oil, and petroleum. So a rocket that could power itself sort of thing. That would require a liquid tank, so. Now, if we visit one of these near asteroids here, you can see that we can get some niobium down here. Nice. Now, really, all I got to do is go out to that niobium a little bit and then come back. Go out, come back. And I'll build up a decent amount of niobium. It'd be really nice. Now the thing is, this is going to only replenish so quickly per cycle. So something to keep in mind. There is a limited amount of niobium that I can bring back. However, this might be enough niobium to go ahead and build up a thermium. And then the other location I can go to over here has iso resin. Ooh, and that is 9% right there. Very, very useful. You can take these, combine them, make all sorts of great stuff, get into the really high temperature things, thermium down here, which has a massive temperature resistance, which would make it even more capable of resisting heat right there. Meaning that that could be completely automated. Although I completely forgot to explain to you how I thought I could actually get this thing, keep this thing from getting hot. Because technically it would just get hotter and hotter over time, so it might eventually fail. But if I put a block right here and put a little bit of a liquid on top of that, I might then be able to use the fuel that's passing into the rocket to cool that down and keep the auto sweeper from overheating. All right, it's time for another duplicate. Let me go ahead and choose one here. Ren's looking pretty good. Dayman, welcome to the base, and thank you so much for being a Patreon supporter. You're gonna head on over there to the left side. And there we have it. All right, so another thing I've done over here on the modded side is we've got a bunch of fancy snazzy suits. Just want to make sure all my dupes have snazzy suits, if possible. I saw one cool vest here. Bacon Lord? Nope. Cool is out of fashion. Snazzy suits are in. There you go. All right, so one of the things I have to do over here on the right, besides just build up this rocket here, is I got to go ahead and... I guess I don't have to get my metal refinery back in action. It's already in action. Never mind. Matter of fact, how is that doing down here? Oh, look at the thermal nullifier. It is getting nice and cool down there. Matter of fact, we're starting to liquefy carbon dioxide. That might be the way that we can deal with some of our carbon dioxide. Don't get me wrong, I can make like a fart eater, which is a piece of equipment that would literally just sit down here and chew through carbon dioxide by deleting it. The other thing is, if I find some slicksters, I can go ahead and put those down there as well. Technically, I do have some slicksters right down here. Hello, guys. You're right next to some very interesting plants. I think I had more slicksters, but whoops, did I must have ruined them. Oops. Let me take a look at my critters. Wild slicksters. Rest in peace, slicksters. All right, we'll do a little bit more mining down here because we haven't actually finished all of this off. This will give us a little bit more volume for the carbon dioxide to sink into. Although it looks like the pressure is relatively, it's starting to drop everywhere. It's not anywhere near as what it was not too long ago. Matter of fact, I think I'm starting to see a little bit of oxygen over there, or polluted oxygen. Actually, I ran into a problem over here in the few cycles that I wasn't looking. Look at the polluted oxygen over here. It just made this one band right here, which was causing my food inside of this ice box to go bad. And just in case you're wondering, I had like 5 million calories inside of there. So I quickly have moved all that all the way back down here. Even though I didn't really want to do that, I have. That's crazy to think of, considering I have 4 super air filters here. Gives you an idea of just how much polluted water I have in that one spot. Oh my gosh, look at that. Maybe 100 tons? Hard to say. I'm gonna go ahead and try to like clear this out and start to mop it up a little bit. I want to make sure we can build up into this area. That was kind of the whole idea of it, so. Let's see if I can clear it out. Oh, look at this. Wait, what's happening over here? My drains are being destroyed by pressure? Oh, that's not good. And here I thought this was such a good idea. Oh, I can't rotate it. Well, let's see here. What can I do? I can deconstruct these liquid pipes and cancel, and at least cancel this one, right? We don't need those. Then I could fill up the rest of the bottom floor here. It seems like as long as there's a tile underneath it, then it's not going to be exposed to as much pressure, but that's where I'm getting damage from. Like the fact that it's maybe all around the tile, I don't know exactly, but clearly it's breaking. All right, so here's kind of what I'm doing. I'm going to rebuild all of these over here, connect them together and put them off to the right. And then what I'll do is I'll come back here and kind of reinforce underneath this. So I'll just put something that can withstand all that pressure. So we'll just put granite tiles beneath this. Super Meep, I think you blocked yourself in there, bud. All right, I gotta be real careful here not to accidentally get my dupes trapped. Okay, here's another thing I was looking to do. Right over here, you can see that we have oxygen all the way down here. So if I change this up just a little bit and start using solid tiles over here on the left and solid doors, what I should be able to create is kind of like a funnel for carbon dioxide to go down over here. So if carbon dioxide can flow down over here and then kind of end up there, then I should be able to also create kind of a chimney effect for the oxygen to flow out to the right and up into my base. So yeah, we're gonna try this. So I'm also going to block this off. So the carbon dioxide will come up through the floor here, and that's how we'll get to converting this into oxygen. That also means these doors are going to change to solids, and then they'll probably, you know, they won't be high traffic areas. That also means I can pretty much just get rid of this spot right here. I don't need it. Besides, I can do something better here. I can actually bring in my transit tube, which I have disabled a couple of these just to kind of save on power. And the reason I'm saving on power is because this thing's just running way too much. This isn't a great spot for a transit tube access point. A good spot for it would be right down here, because then we can use it to get down nice and low in our base. Who's suffocating? Ice Fox? Bro! I think there's some polluted oxygen to your right. Hopefully you can suck in some of that polluted dirt. Ah, jeez, come on, man. Oh no, there's two of them. Super Mape and Ice Fox. Oh, and they're happy about it. No, you know, don't build that. Deconstruct that, man. Gosh, these dupes. I tell you what. They're conspiring. They're always conspiring. No, Bubbles. No! Good job, Ice Fox. It looks like you learned your lesson. Yeah, you come on over here and you breathe in some of that chlorine. Great way to keep yourself alive. In case you're wondering in real life, definitely don't breathe in chlorine gas. It'll be the last thing you do. I like the oil refinery. It's very nice up here. Ooh. Speaking of oil refineries, man, we could really use that over here on the left. We're actually starting to convert some of the wires over to lead. These sure do take their time sometimes. All right, so over here on the modded side, I think I'm going to make use of the thermal nullifier a little bit more as something that's going to soak in a lot of heat for like plastic production and stuff. We're not using it as much over here on the right as we could possibly be doing. Maybe I should mess with it a little bit. I don't know. What else am I doing? Help. Send help. I've forgotten all that I was supposed to be doing. Fuel. We're doing fuel for the rocket. Oh, gosh. Okay, so realistically, I don't need three... I don't need 3 liquid tanks. Because if I'm only going to go to 10,000 and back, not too bad. Oh, I do need that if I want to take 3. Crap, well, here's what it is. Oh, yeah, okay, that was another thing. I had all of these ideas, they were just floating around in my head. Transit tube. We need to be able to get up here quickly so that we can jump inside of our rockets and all that good stuff. Plus, we got stuff that's going to be coming out of these rockets, which we got to ship away. All right, so this makes me wonder if I have enough space for that right here. If I can have a couple of, like, Atmo socks. Yes, no. Atmo suit docks right here that we can get into and then go off and fly the rocket. I think I do. I think I can actually make that work. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. And then we'll put 1 right there, 1 right there. Nope. Well, if I reduce the amount of liquid tanks I have over here, I would have more space now, wouldn't I? All right, so there we go. I'll do a little bit of reworking of all of that. And we'll put that right here, and then we can deconstruct all of that ladder right there. We don't need it. Uh-oh. I've got too much oxygen over here on the left. Crap. 3 kilograms worth of oxygen. Well, not 3 kilograms worth of oxygen. How are the temperatures doing? I noticed they were starting to go up a little bit in some areas here. 38, that's kind of hot. But you know what? The rest of this isn't too bad. There's a couple of warm spots that are in the 30s, but the rest of this is like 28. Real nice. Farms are maintaining good temperatures, so that's good. Okay, this was another thing I was looking at here. Do I have the oxygen thing figured out? One of the things I got to get rid of is this over here. We don't need that anymore, and I definitely don't need these polluted water bottles anymore if I can get rid of those. Besides that, it's looking like this strategy is going to work out. We have oxygen here, carbon dioxide flows in right at the bottom, and oxygen looks like it wants to flow out over here on the right. Nice. Now I'm just going to convert these doors to force that carbon dioxide over here, over like that way. Oh, here we are with a little bit more research returning. Ta-da, just like that. Meep's jumping out. Had a nice trip. Definitely has a full bladder. See, this is why we need a transit tube system. Guy's got to run a long way just to get to his lavatory. I wonder if Meep can get his own personal transit tube access point. But there we go. Lurda's doing the research here. Not only that, look at that animated background. Ooh, fancy. Take some screenshots of this. Ooh, yeah, nice. Ta-da! And just like that, we got some research complete. Now we have the cargo bay. So we can go ahead and build up the rest of our rocket here. And now here's the funny thing about this. If you actually go ahead and build a rocket, and you're doing it inside of a silo, and you're using some of this hot stuff like petroleum and whatnot, make sure to make it out of something that's high temp. So for example, if you were to make this out of granite, now don't get me wrong, I don't know how a cargo bay and all of that works if you make it out of granite and steel, but these dupes have very interesting rockets. The point is, that has a melting temperature of 668 degrees Celsius. Technically, you can melt your own rocket, which is kind of an awkward moment when that happens. So, just make it out of obsidian. Oh, that's 1,000 steel. Now, here's another little trick. If you don't want the stuff inside the pipes that's going to the rockets to get quite as hot, you can cheat it just a little bit by using bridges in order to actually technically reduce the amount of liquid exposed to the hotness around there. In our case, since we're doing this with petroleum, it's not going to be a big deal. We don't have to worry about it, but I'm going to do it anyhow just to kind of show you, because it's more useful when you're looking at liquid hydrogen and whatnot. Anyhow, there we go. We will do this number just like that. All right, so now I'm going to take this fuel. We want it to run up here and then run back down. So hopefully this here, if I can get a little bit of liquid on top of that, maybe some supercoolant or whatever, dribble that on top, keep it in place, let the auto sweeper cool. It should be able to pick up out of the conveyor receptacle here and load up our solid oxidizer tank. Boom. We can launch that rocket off, automatically refueling it and all that good stuff. And one thing I didn't mention last time is that since we do have a steam rocket and we have 5 research modules here, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. I only need 695 kilograms. So I've been pumping 900 in here. Not a big deal, but you get what I mean. Technically, that's all I need. Although I'm going to go ahead and round that up to 670. I always divide that by 10, kind of going a little bit more than what I need. The reason you do that is because when you're moving around 10 kilograms of liquid into a tank, you don't end up with a little bit left over, which can make you have like a really small spot that runs around in the pipe, which causes it to heat up a little bit quicker in the pipe and possibly explode. Now, in gas, that's not an issue because everything's 1 kilogram and all that fun stuff. It's just something to keep in mind, so whenever you're dealing with rocket stuff, just always divide it by 10, a little bit more than you need. Boom. Who is this slow dupe over here? Dayman? What are you doing over here on the right side of the map? And in a jet suit from the... What? Now, that is kind of unacceptable. Did you just end up in a different cot or something? No, you're over there. What? Oh, I clicked the wrong button. All right, you win today, Mr. Dayman. And yes, I know how that sounds if I don't split it into 2. I know what you were trying there. Tricky patron supporter. But you know what this means? We need more dupes over there on the left. We gotta get more in there. Increased machinery, cuisine, food morale bonus, plus creativity. Actually, you know what? I think Stinky is going to be the one I go with. Immune food poisoning, why not? Because I don't need a farting dupe in this base. Eclipse, welcome to the base, and thank you so much for being a Patreon supporter. You need to go to the left. And your name actually needs to be an underscore. Eclipse. And there we go. Pop to your drums. Welcome to the base. Hey, do we have our liquid pump up and running? Because I would like to actually make some petroleum and all that good stuff. Yeah? Okay, technically it is there. Oh, yeah, and then the oil refinery on the modded side, when I get that all hooked up, Mr. Ice Fox, you know what that means. We start to get really fancy road tiles that we can't use on the right side of the map. All right, so I need to build up a refinery over here on the left, similar to what I got going on the right. Technically, this was just an experiment, so I might just copy that same area there. Yep, it is time to scrap this thing up here. Although it is cool, it's time to go. And something extra fancy is going down here. What to put in over here? Well, I mean, we need some more fancy equipment, don't we? Oh, here's the idea. That's the winner. Watch this. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some airflow tiles right down here. And then, for my furniture, what I can do is I can kind of get rid of this stuff right here. And I can put in a vertical wind tunnel. And technically it'll draw the air up from down here into the environment above it, which means we can clear out stuff that's in this spot and kind of hopefully pull in some oxygen. All right, all I gotta do is plug it into the wiring system. Again, please don't look too close. This clearly violates Dupes regulations, but you know what, as long as I get power to where it needs to go, everything's all right. So is it getting better or worse? Sure doesn't seem to be getting better. I don't, that's a tough one. There's clearly more oxygen over here. I mean, that's nice. We just gotta get these manual airlocks in place. Although they should be automated. Ugh, gross, don't get the, yeah, gross. What I meant to say, get the manual mechanical airlocks in place. Nearly made that mistake. Another thing is I gotta sweep this stuff up over here so that we don't get oxygen and all that mixing in this area. We don't want that. We just want this to be carbon dioxide. Hey, hey, hey! What's all this water over here? Oh, Ice Fox, Canoid, what'd you do? That guy looks guilty, doesn't he? Yeah, you do. Oh, that's a flood. Oh man, oh jeez, gee. Well then, we got some water. Oh, Dupes. Thank you, Eclipse. I'm glad you came and helped us out here. Oh, look at this, the 2 new Dupes. Man, you guys are doing a good job cleaning this up. I know, it's a little cold. No. Priority, please. No. No. Oh gosh. Not the unrefrigerated foods. Why didn't I put a drain under this hamper? Oh, okay. So how to get rid of all that polluted water? Salt water, polluted water, high priority. And we'll build a few more. Sweep only though. I don't want you to pull from up here. Yeah, we got a bit. Oh, somebody, please. Make that tile. And mop this tile. Alright, let's try to get this polluted water out of there. Copy settings. There we go. Come on, sweep it up. Man, what a flood. It's everywhere over here. Alright, there we go. Cleaned up. A little bit at least. These Dupes need to do a lot of sweeping, don't they? Alright, back over here on the right side. How are we doing with the oxygen flow strategy? Well, we're not doing too great. This thing is not being built. What material do I not have? Don't know, but we're gonna make it out of that because I know I got that. Oh, we lost a little bit of a room over here. I'm going to have to rebuild that. Alright, well, guess I only have one choice. Make another one of these. Get even more oxygen flowing out of my base. Plop. Right there. Alright, there we go. That kind of looks like what I want it to do. Oxygen's flowing out over here to the right. Carbon dioxide's flowing over here to the left. Ish. Although there is a little bit of natural gas floating around that's kind of causing some issues. But now this is pressurized and starting to move its way out. Good. Okay, another thing I can do here is I can clear this out. technically I don't need that there. So there we go. This is what I wanted to see. Look at all that oxygen. Good, 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 good. And you know what? We can add a little bit of automation to this, since we haven't done that already. We do have a fair amount of clay that's showing up here. That brings up another thing that I got going on here. This wants to have dirt nearby, right? So it's real nearby so that the dupes can kind of go in here and fuel up the oxyferns and stuff. But I kind of got rid of a little something in there. So there's not as much dirt there. Guess I kind of got to rework the automation. Make sure a lot of that is automated. All right, so while all of that is under construction, there's so much stuff under construction. How's the rocket doing? Hey, look at that. We are up to we've got an additional cargo bay there. We've got full liquid tanks. Something crazy is happening with the liquid. Trying to get this to work out over here. Here's another thing. I've got this petroleum fuel here, and I'm going to have a little bit of liquid in this spot. And it also has a little bit of drywall right behind it. That way we can build up liquid right here. The thing is, I don't want it to get too hot, so I want to make sure that it is cooled down as well. So I need to bring the fuel over here and do the same sort of thing. I'm actually making this out of tungsten. How are we doing over here in this rocket silo? Oh gosh, we're doing great. This water is not getting warm. Like it's only at 54 degrees. I thought it'd be way hotter. Way more hot. Something like that, whatever. There's so many commands running around. All right, you do that, you do that. Come on now. Hey, why not? Let's go out here and let's inspect some other things. We don't have enough going on. Perfect. Oh, by the way, we built a vertical wind tunnel over here. Yes. Very nice. Real fancy stuff. We're gonna go ahead and change this back over to diamond tiles because we can't have any of this normal stuff. Oh yeah, we got a full action theme going on over here. It's gonna be real fun. We got a vertical wind tunnel. We're gonna bring in some surfboards. Your dupes walk in and it's kind of like showering down the water. It'll be cool. Good time all around. Okay, so one of the things I'm doing in my base here is on my oxygen line, if this line is backed up, then it can get over here and kind of vent out. The thing is, I don't want to have too much pressure. So, because we want so much automation in this base, let's go ahead and just do this number. And what we will do is detect how much air pressure we have here and then enable or disable the ability for oxygen to vent based on the atmosphere. Oh, fancy. And then I do this number right here and I just get rid of that tile of the gas pump. And I get rid of that tile right there and just do that. Boom. Simple. So one of the things I'm trying to do here is to push oxygen higher in my base. As you can see, I just have like carbon dioxide hanging around up there, but it's not too much down here. It's actually kind of done what I thought it was going to do and kind of pulled it out of there. Thing is, I just got a little bit too much oxygen down here now. So I guess you could say I just got to go with the flow. All right, looking back at the rocket here, I'm trying to figure out how to power things. I do have wires running here, there, and everywhere. Tungsten right up here. Try to plug in everything I need to plug in. Spaghetti the wires all over the place. And then deconstruct the wires and stuff where I don't need them. All right, over here on the modded side, you can see that I'm still working on the oil refinery, trying to get that up and running. Not too long and that'll be complete. It seems like we have aluminum infused diamond over here. That just seems too cool to sweep up, so I'm gonna leave that. Little extra fancy. The modded dupes are showing off. This looks like it's gonna be pretty cool. Surfboard, vertical wind tunnel, all that good stuff. Working on the wiring to get that up there so that we can actually power all that stuff. Fair bit of spaghetti's involved in making that happen, so. And then for the liquid, I'm gonna go ahead and reroute this so that we don't have that running there and all that fun stuff. And if we take a look at the oxygen with our little high pressure vents here, making a slight difference, maybe? Yeah, I think so. I think this is kind of new right there. So that's good. We're getting there. What would help is if my dupes finished building this stuff down here. Which I think we are getting closer. There we go. one of the things I got to keep in mind here is just, well, how quickly I'm running through my water. As you can see, I keep building up more and more, so I'm not too worried about it at the moment. But I am limited right now by how much I can move through this cleaner right here. And I think I'm kind of past the point of needing water, because I don't know if I'm making anything has food poisoning. And the fact that I'm actually storing my food in chlorine right here kind of makes, I think, all of that a non-issue. What overlay? There we go. Speaking of overlays, how's our polluted oxygen doing over here? Gone. Only replaced by ear-popping amounts of oxygen. Okay. I mean, you can't have everything. And we got a few things we need to sweep up, don't we? Oh, dude, we even got more stuff to mop. Dupes, you missed a spot. Oh, sweeps everywhere. And why are there pips all over my base? Look at, they're all over the place. And we're definitely not keeping up with these either. Gosh, what a mess. All right. Oh, you know what? We still have another project down here. We have cleared this area out. Very nice. So now we can use this area down here for what it's truly intended to do, and that is going to be to destroy heat magically. Although technically there's mods that allow you to actually build one of these, so maybe I should just put it wherever I want. I have 28 dupes and a couple of super dupes in this base, and they're still not getting stuff done. Come on, dupes, run faster. Oh, you know what? We should put a plastic ladder right here. You know, one thing I haven't done in a long time is use auto miners to dig stuff up. So what I'm looking to do over here is just use these auto miners to dig up everything in this area. One of the interesting things about using auto miners is that when they go to dig, they won't dig like this really hard stuff over here. So you notice how that's 2 diamonds right there, and this is, you know, not 2 diamonds. It won't actually dig that stuff up. So if you're looking to make kind of a more organic shape out of here and keep the abyssalite around, and you're too lazy to actually just precisely click where you want to dig, I suppose one could use a robo miner. I don't really use them because they're less efficient than just using dupes, but hey. But I got them, so I'm going to give them a use. Hey, look what's been built up here. Our massive rocket. Fantastic. All right, so what else do we need in this area? Well, it's not a big thing, but if I wanted to, I could put this transit tube right here. Although technically now I don't have enough materials, but All right, so another thing we have to be aware of here is our shipping rails. Now, these two are subjected to some high temperatures. So, steel's the best I have. Nope, correction. Wolframite's the best I have. So, here's where I can make use of a little bit of wolframite. I don't have a lot of it, so I'm using it quite sparingly here. But this will kind of keep that from melting, hopefully. Steel's also a good option for this. Now, what I can use is copper ore. You can see that we have a fair amount of that up here. And I can do that once I get to the insulated tiles. Some of the stuff you'll ship out of here is going to be really hot. Some of it will actually be really cold. All depends on what you're shipping. And you know what? I'm actually going to go off to the right for this, because I have lots and lots of insulated tiles here that I can kind of keep everything behind, which means I could probably take that and run that insulation all the way down to kind of where I'm doing my inventory management. Except for that's in the way. We'll get there, don't worry. Just keep struggling. Oh, you know what I completely forgot about all this time? This. Yep. I was doing stuff with the polluted oxygen. I mean, to be fair, I've got more than enough at the moment, but yeah, still, forgot about it. Sorry, modded dupes. You still got more work to do. Hey, look at all of them show up. Nice. All right, here we go, dupes. Take that. We'll keep all of this looking the same. There we go. All right, so that is definitely under construction. Nice. How's our digging doing? See, we're getting there. We're just building it up. All right, so I've kind of run into an issue here with my batteries. I ran the calculations, and you know, the thing is I ended up with just a few less smart batteries than I was hoping to have in this area. And as you can see, they decided to run empty on me. It can kind of cause a little problem up here if we can't get enough light down here in the next cycle. So if like the perfect storm happens, which it does happen every now and then, I was able to drain out all the power here. So I want to convert these to heavy batteries. The thing is, I still want to be able to get the extra amount of power out of here and into my base. So how do I do that? Not only that, the temps inside of here are kind of warm. So I need to bring in a little bit of water just to kind of cool some stuff down real quick. I might get some crispy dupes working in this area. But then we knocked that out. Now we got a little bit of water up there. Nyron, you had to go dig the wrong one first. These dupes. I can't take these dupes anywhere. Just fix this. And swept it up. It'll be alright. Don't worry. It'll be okay. Just keep mopping. I know it's a little hot. There we go, dupes. Get in there, deconstruct it. Crispy dupes. So, we've got some power flowing in. That's this line here. Power flowing out is that line there. So if I do this number, where I have transformers in between like that, and then put a smart battery right here, then the power will flow in to the smart battery and then flow out of it into the larger batteries over here, the jumbos. And since these can hold twice as much, then we're in good shape. Ah! Everybody's on fire. Kind of hard to see here. Cry! No! Ada, you need to jump out of this. We got a dupe that's incapacitated. We're gonna need a few more cots. Nope! Lured us down! Alright, we need more cots. Oh, Panda, you look like you're about to go down too. Come on, dupes. You got this. I think all my construction dupes are in recovery. Darn. Almost got it built. Oh no, Panda's down. Yep, there we go. Saved. What was I trying to do here? I think I had it right, and then I started to think a little bit too much, and I got it wrong. Power. Alright, got that all cleaned up here. So, with all of that going down, what I want is the power to come in here. It's going to then flow through my transformers on the right because of the automation signal it's receiving. The power will then flow into the second bank here, but since I have power transformers here, it's going to flow into my larger batteries over here, which have much more capacity than my previous setup, which had about 280,000 kilojoules. This one now has 440,000 kilojoules. And then, once all of these are full, obviously the power can't go through here and into them, or wherever else it's going, so it's then going to back up into the smart battery here, which I then use as an automation signal. So once it fills up, this will flip, the power runs into my base. Once it goes low again, since this is going to be the first spot it's drawing power out of, to feed these large batteries, which are then feeding everything above it, it'll flip back over. So this is like a tank system, and this is just the very top of the tank here. So now I should have more capacity, and hopefully things won't blow up. Dude, where did the water come from? Where? Well, now I definitely got food poisoning on the right. Not sure where that came from. Found its way in there from somewhere, though. I mean, it looks like it came from over here, but gosh, I wouldn't think of that it would have jumped that, but I guess it did. Alright. Oh, that's why. That's why I'm having power issues over here on the left. Disabled the hydrogen generators because the battery I was using to detect it flooded because the modded battery wasn't working correctly, so I had to round up to this one. Okay. Multiple problems, huh? But I can't drain it because that would cause my food over here to go bad. So, come on now, dupes. There we go. Did that. Mop that. Mop all of this. Alright, there we go. Good. Change per cycle. Still 0. Alright, we're getting through it. Means hopefully my dupes over here The ones that are really stressed out don't end up freaking out. I think they're stepping in a lot of puddles. Oh my gosh. The air pressure up here is over 5 kilograms. There we go. At least we'll start knocking some stress down. Having a massage clinic is actually coming in handy down here. Just had to make use of this room, you know? But I gotta do something about the air pressure here. So, one of the things I'm gonna try is we are going to close these doors off. And then, hopefully, I can kind of automate their opening, or at least some of them, when I need a little bit of more oxygen around. Of course, it's airflow tiles, isn't it? Well, yeah, forget everything I just said there. I don't know. Let's start by just stopping all the flooding. Okay. How's the oxygen on the right side of the map? You know, this map just never gets any easier, does it? Once you think you're through the thick of it, nope. Nope, just keeps getting harder. Anyhow, all I was trying to do is look at the power over here and show you what was up. So, this should fill up here all the way to a nice 40,000 kilojoules. And then, just like that, these back up, which backs up this power right here. And you can see, boom, just like that, it flipped over. So now, we're draining the extra power out of here, just like that. And the runoff on these batteries, or if something's running up top, that sort of thing, that's going to drain out of here, out of the transformers first. And then it'll start to drain out of this battery over here on the left. And then once that goes down a certain limit, then it'll flick back over. Anyhow, that's the idea. Apparently nothing up there is running, so we're not going to look at that. Hey, look at what else is happening over here. Look at how the robo-miners are working. So some of them are doing it. Nice, good job. And most of them are overheating. See, I told you they're super effective. Anyhow, we're clearing out this area. How about oxygen? Hey, oh, we got some oxygen up here. That's looking nice. Then we got a nice, more carbon dioxide down here. But at least we got a decent flow path for carbon dioxide. That's good. Has this been built? No. Why would this have been built? I'm half tempted to just put an airflow tile over here and No. I feel like not long ago the left side was the side without oxygen. Now its biggest problem is its oxygen. Well, and technically the biggest problem on the right is oxygen as well. Huh. I guess the game's living up to its name. We're decorating up our brand new rec room here. Looking real nice. Throwing in some light bulbs. Of course, these will be automated, by the way. With automation with gold wires. Oh, yeah. I think we'll go ahead and slap this one right over there. Let's go ahead and throw in a nice canvas painting right up here. Something a little extra special. Oh, yeah. All right, Dupes. Priority level, please. Let's get this thing going. Come on, Dupes. You're running right past it. Just need one dupe. Please. Please just build it. It's because I didn't have copper ore. It was used... Oh, it was used in the shipping rail. That's why. So the second I deconstructed that, it moved all the way across the map. All right. Good. I got another one set up over here. So I can do that number right there. Deconstruct that gas pipe. Haha. Look, we got a lot of oxygen right here. But that's got to make its way out of there. Into the rest of the base, hopefully filling up this nice base over here with oxygen. Still too much oxygen over there on the left. Like, way too much. This rocket up here's, actually, you know what? Hey, look at that. It's starting to make a little bit of oxalite. Awesome. We do have oxygen that's running past this all the way over there. That's awesome. So that's good. I need to store a little bit of... Oh, that's what I didn't do right here. I need to store a little bit of refined gold up here. And I got to move this so that I can get access to both points. Why can't I build it there? What is there? Ah, there we go. That's the spot. And then this is running... Yeah, so I just need to store a little bit of refined gold right there. That way, this auto sweeper can kind of automatically fill that into the refinery. This thing doesn't use up very much gold, so it's not a big deal. And I think my robo miners, well, there was an attempt. So we're just going to go ahead and deconstruct those, finish it off by hand. They did make pretty good progress. I mean, for a little while. Although, I was able to store up a decent amount of bleach. Nice. And if we take a look at the star map here, if we go out to the organic mass, right out there, that's where we can get our hands on a gassy moo. So it was definitely a chaotic day here in the base, but I think we made some decent progress. Had to work hard for it. At any rate, that's all I got time for today. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this little episode here of Oxygen Not Included. Stay awesome, guys. Peace. Brothgar out.